Hey everyone, welcome to another session of Q&A with Matt K, the live stream now where we present Matt with questions from the Trailblazer community, either submitted to us, quick plug here, at quick2.click/Q&A, and Matt goes ahead and answers them unrehearsed, unscripted, unedited, because it's live and we can't edit it, so you get some insight into the way that experienced Salesforce devs and admins approach common questions, uncommon questions, and think about things in the world of Salesforce. So before I put Matt in the hot seat, I will ask folks to please like and subscribe. If you're here already, there's a good chance that you are subscribed and you got the notification. In that case, go ahead and like the video. And if not, if you're watching this at a later date and you would like to be invited the next time we go live, usually Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Pacific, then do please subscribe here. I get a little notification. It's all very exciting. And now we can jump into the question of the day for Matt. Today's comes from the Trailblazer community. And let me go ahead and get it up here. Chris asks about excluding line item revenue from the opportunity level revenue formula field. Matt, are you able to read that okay?
No, I can't read that at all.
All right, I will read it then.
Yeah, I can see it. I had to make my screen a little bigger. Thank you, by the way, for being back. Our regular viewers know that our schedules didn't align well for the last couple of shows. And so I was running it on my own, and hopefully they'll notice how smoother it goes when you're there. So this is excluding line item revenue from opportunity level revenue formula field. Okay, I am going to need to recreate this first formula is my guess, and it sounds like it's at the opportunity. And then we're going to have opportunity line items. They have two products, both of which are recurring. But they're going to have a new product. Okay, that's what. So they're going to have three products, one of which is not recurring. And it doesn't sound like they're actually using the recurring functionality that's built into opportunity line items or products in Salesforce. I think it's more of like the concept of we're selling something for $1,200. It's a 12-month subscription. Therefore, it's $100 a month. Although actually now I look at it, is that the opposite? 100 divided by 12. No, I think that's right. Yeah. No, they want annual recurring. So let's do that one more time. If I sell something for $1,200 and the subscription term is 12 months, then the annual revenue is $1,200. If the subscription term is 6 months, then it'll only be $600. Yeah. Okay. I'm familiar with this. I think we can do this fairly quickly.
Okay. Should I share your screen?
Yeah, please. Yeah. Famous last words. And then go ahead, send me that link also, because I'll put it up on my screen when I'm sharing, just in case we have to jump back to it.
All right.
And I'm gonna jump into setup, which I already have open here. Thank you so much for that link. All righty. And okay, so I'm going to jump to setup, and I am going to start creating a formula on the opportunity object. And it'll be the same formula that Chris has put in his question here. Was there a name? We use the following formula to create annual recurring revenue. Let's call it that, annual recurring revenue. Now I'm going to need a months field too, so I guess I have to do that first. I'm going to create a couple fields now. Okay, so let's create a couple fields. So the first one is going to be this field that's going to be the number of months field, which was called subscription term months, and it will be an integer. It'll be a whole number. We won't have any decimal places. That's fine. Months, we doubt we're going to go more than 3 over 100 type of thing, or over 999. And we'll click next, and next, and next. And one more. Okay. And that's the first field. The second field is going to be this annual recurring revenue field. And I'm going to create that as a formula. And so all I'm doing right now is getting to the point where we can actually try to solve this. Now this should be a currency, I believe, and I'll keep decimal places there as 2, and then we'll copy Chris's formula. And next. Okay. And so let's go to an opportunity now and take a look at this. Now you see there are a lot of opportunities in here from some previous things we worked out. I think that this page is a lightning page. I think we've had this before. And so I'm going to edit this page and adjust it to have those 2 fields that I just created towards the top. In fact, I'm going to maybe take away some of this stuff that we're not using. Oh, here it is. Annual recurring revenue is actually there already. And subscription term months is also there already. That's great. Let's maybe put a section or just move some of this other stuff one below so it's out of the way. Looks like you can't select multiples, but that's okay because these were from a previous video that we created. Okay, subscription amount. Did I just create that today? That's from a different day, I think. All right, well, let's just hit save and come back and we'll take a look when it's ready. There we go. Okay, perfect. Okay, so when let's do that test that we were talking about earlier. So I put in 1200 and we'll say the term is 12. The annual recurring revenue should be 1200. Ta-da. Okay, and let's say it's 6. The annual recurring revenue should be 600. No, wait a minute. What is going on? Okay, amount divided by 6 times 12.
So they must only sell subscriptions of greater than 1 year. Because if you have a subscription less than a year and then multiply by the 12, you're going to have, I mean, unless you're assuming they're going to renew.
Well, or is the amount equal to the monthly cost? Let's try this out. Maybe I'm looking at this the wrong way. Let's pretend we sell something for $100 a month. So this should be 600. Nope, that didn't work either.
Yeah, because it wouldn't be divided if it was the monthly cost.
All right, let's look at it one more time. Explain to me like I'm 5. What this formula is supposed to be.
I think they sell something for terms that are 12 months to potentially more than that. But the opportunity amount is the total value of the life of the contract. So if it's $100 a month for 3 years, then you'd have 100 divided by 36 to give you the monthly amount, and then times 12 to give you the annual on that 3-year deal.
Okay, I understand that. That does make sense. I know there's a order of operations in math. PEMDAS, I think, was the mnemonic device that we memorized as a child. Let's do that one more time. So you were saying if I sell something for $3,600, it's a 3-year contract.
Yeah.
Right? So then this is 36.
Yeah.
Then when I hit save, what should recurring revenue be? 1200?
1200.
Oh, you're smart.
That was the exact example that I did on my little notepad.
Got it. Okay, let's do it one more time. Now I'm going to sell something for only the same product, but I'm selling it $2,400 for 2 years. Should also be 1200. Okay, great. And if I sell it for 1 year, okay. So this is the entire value of a multi-year contract, potentially multi-year contract.
Yeah.
These are the total number of months in that contract, and this is the annual value of that contract.
Right.
Each year. Okay, that makes sense. Now, if I sold 1.5 years, I'm just curious. I can do the math in my head, but I just want to make sure. Yeah, okay, it does work. Okay, that makes sense. let's look at what the next part is. Okay, so we've just been informed that we will need to add a new product for services, which is not, sorry, I'm zooming in as I'm talking, which is not recurring revenue. So line items for the services will need to be excluded from our annual recurring revenue calculation. So line items from the services. Yes, that makes sense. It's a one-time upfront. Okay. So first, I need to update this to not be based on the amount field that I typed in, but actually be based on products. So let's add some products here. And let's see that we have some in here actually. They're not the amounts that we just did, but I want to do something like a SLA. Let's do an SLA because that would be recurring, right? And I'm going to say that this is 3,600. We'll say it's for 3 years. I'll just put it 3 years. Oh, I could do it like this. Let's do it this way. It's a 1,200, and it's 1 year, but we're doing a quantity of 3, right? Okay, and this should change to 12. See if I do it right. Well, something's still wrong here. Okay, hold on. Oh, because it's 36. It's 36. Yeah. Sorry for that. Okay, that seems to work. This field was from a different question that we answered. I'll take it off just so I don't get confused. So 1 second while I do that. So it's this here. I'm gonna move it down there, and I can move some of this other stuff down there too. Yeah, look at that. We have a couple of fields that we've done similar questions. People have a lot of questions about subscriptions.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so now we're going to need to figure out a way to roll up just the subscriptions, and I know what we need to do. The key is we're going to need to create a field on the opportunity product, or potentially the product itself, which is probably what it should be, to designate, is this a recurring revenue item, or is this a non-recurring revenue item? So that's where I need to start. Before I do, a minute from our sponsor, some words. Our sponsor today is Mama Merge. Mama Merge is a native document generation app for Salesforce. It's 100% native. It allows you to generate professional files right out of Salesforce. It's seamless. It's secure. You can implement it in a day, and they give you 10 free licenses. You can learn more about Mama Merge by going to this URL that Chris is going to put onto the screen. It's quick2.click/Mambo with Matt K. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt.
All right. So we need to create a new field. And this time the field, I like to do it on the product, not on the opportunity item. And then I'll use a formula. Ooh, wait. Can I use a formula field? I don't think I can. Maybe I can. Maybe I can't. I don't know. I can't remember. Well, we're going to find out. This may be a longer video than I expected. Okay, so first, let's just determine for each product, is recurring, yes, no. You know what, I'm just going to do it as a checkbox. You could do it as a pick list. You could do it however you want to do it. But is recurring revenue. And we're going to say it's unchecked by default. Although in this case, it probably should be checked by default because they said that the new product is the recurring one. So let's do that, and we'll hit save. And then I'm going to create another field. And this is where I might be painting myself into a corner. And I want it to be the exact same, but it's going to be a formula. And is recurring revenue. And this is on the opportunity line item or opportunity product. Because the idea is we'll set it up once on the product, and then every time we add it to add a product to an opportunity, we won't have to specify it over and over. That's the goal. There we go. Okay, next, and save. Okay, now here is where it gets the tricky part. We need to go to the opportunity, and we need to do a roll-up summary field. And I am not sure we can do a roll-up summary field that will leverage that formula field in its criteria. And so we're going to call this field recurring revenue total. And it's going to be on the opportunity product, and it'll be a sum of the total price. Yeah, I can't be there. Shoot. See, so it doesn't show up. So there's a limitation in roll-up summary fields that it cannot use a formula field in it, which is really frustrating. So what I'm going to do is back out of this, and I'm going to go back to the opportunity line item, or opportunity product fields, and we're going to delete this one. Oh no, that is an inconsistency in Salesforce that I often see, but no harm done. We got past it pretty easily. So is recurring revenue. So we're creating a checkbox field, not a formula field now. We'll have to find a way to get it to be checked. For today, we can just check it ourselves, but long term, we probably want to do a flow or a trigger. We probably could do a trigger today. Actually, we probably have enough time. Okay, and now we'll come back to the opportunity, and I'm going to create a roll-up summary field, and I need at least one. I don't know how many I actually need, because I need one at a minimum. Maybe two, maybe three. I'll see as we go along how I can figure out the math. So this is going to be a field that just does the math on the recurring revenue total, and it's going to. We could also do one of the non-recurring revenue total, right? We can do that too. We just have to be able to do the math and figure out the difference between records that have it and records that don't. Is recurring revenue equals true? Let's go ahead and select the official version of true. There we go. And next, and next, and next, and next, and next, and next. And then we'll come back to here on our opportunity. We're going to edit the page, and I'm just going to move it up to the top again. So this is it right here. I'm going to put it above the other field, and I'm going to move these to the side just so we can focus. Let's save. Actually, you know what else I'm going to do? Because I love the new feature for related list single. So much better than the regular related lists. So we're going to do products, and I want it to be an enhanced list. Let's save. Okay. All right, I'm going to add, so the SLA, we're going to say is recurring, right? Mm-hmm. And then we'll come back, and we're going to add another product here. And this time we'll add installation, because that would not be recurring, right? And next, and one, and save. Okay, and so what we have, let's go ahead and edit this page one more time. I really want the field to show up there. I don't know what's going on there. Let's move this to here. Oh, why? All right. Well, I'm not seeing the option to upgrade it, but that's okay. That's so interesting. Let's do it one more time. And okay, so we're going to have two numbers now on here. We have 3,600, which is the recurring revenue, and we have 8,600, which is the total. And now this annual recurring needs to take into account this one instead of this one. So we're going to come back to our opportunity. We're going to edit the formula that Chris had posted in his question and change it to show the recurring revenue total instead, divided by subscription term months, divided times 12. Okay, save and refresh. Okay, and there's our 1,200. So let's review. Let's just review. The formula worked when it was only recurring. Now we have something that's not recurring, and they need to update the formula. The reality is, yes, you need to update the formula, but that's not all you need to do. Chris even says, I imagine you need a field on the opportunity line item that defines which lines are recurring. Keen to see how other people have solved this. This is how I would solve it. I did it exactly, I think what Chris is expecting, but created a field on the opportunity line item that designates whether it's recurring or not. We then do a roll up on the opportunity of the annual recurring revenue, and then the field does the math using that. His formula does the math using that field instead of the actual amount field. Let's go ahead and add another recurring just to be safe, make sure that the math is correct. So let's do another Gen Watt diesel. We'll do this one. And we'll say that this is also 36 because it does need to be consistent. Those 3 years. And let's just do easy math here. Something divided by 12, let's say 36,000. Did I do that right? I think I did that wrong. It should be 12. I was going to do 12,000. There we go. Okay. But that doesn't look right, does it?
12, 5,
I didn't check the checkbox. That's why. Okay, so now I'm going to check the checkbox, and now it should look right. Okay, so that's a really hard math. 1,200 times 3 plus 12,000 times 3 is going to be equal to this, right? So it's 36,000 plus 3,600, and that's where we get that 39. And then we divide that by 3, and we get this, because 3 is 36 divided by 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, that seems to do it. I am now realizing I should have commented on Chris's question right before this and invited him to tune into the call, so I didn't have as much typing out to do.
Yeah.
But you summarized it well. We added a field onto the product that was essentially a checkbox for is recurring, true, false. A roll up on the opportunity of all products that have that box checked. So that will sum up our recurring charges. And then we take Chris's existing formula that says, give me the amount, although we changed amount to give me the recurring amount, then divide it by the subscription term in months, and then multiply that by 12.
Yeah, I was trying to keep up with you, but you're going quickly. Yeah, so that's exactly what we did. So a field on opportunity item and one new field on the opportunity, because Chris already had the formula field, and then just update the formula field. So it's actually not a lot of work. It's just 2 fields. Now, the tricky part, like no one's going to want to check the checkbox every single time to say whether it's recurring or not. So ideally, you would do a flow or a trigger to populate it from the product. So I could probably do that quickly. So this would be a flow. It's going to be a before flow or before trigger type of thing. Let's do it. New flow. It is starting from scratch. It's going to be a record trigger, and we want a fast one. Every time a record is, it's probably every time a record is created, but you can't actually update an opportunity line item to be related to a new product. So I think we're okay there. And we're going to do that. And we actually could always run it, I guess. I don't know. Let's do a fast field. I don't know if I can go to the product from here. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to. So that's okay. Let's just say none. Fast field. And then when we come here, what we need to do is get the product, and the ID of this product is equal to the opportunity line items product queue ID. There we go. Only the first record, all records. Okay. Oh, not yet. And then we need to do the update. Or can we just do an assignment? I think we can just do an assignment. Oh, this will be interesting. So the records is recurring revenue equals the products is recurring revenue, save. And we're going to say this, sync is recurring revenue. Let's call it that. Okay. I don't know. Someone at home might be laughing that I made a total mistake here, but hopefully I'll get it correctly. So what I'm going to do is we have to go to the product. I'm going to go to SLA bronze. I'm going to mark this on the product level, not on the opportunity line item level, as recurring revenue. Save. And then I'm going to come back to the opportunity and I'm going to delete this product. And I'm going to add it again. SLA bronze. I'm not checking the checkbox this time. We're going to say 3 and we'll say 1200. And I'm just going to hit save. Okay. And so now the question, well, it looks like it's right over here.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and click on it. And it got checked. Perfect.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. So that's a very simple flow. I did that very quickly without really paying too much attention to what I was doing. So I apologize. But it was called opportunity line item before insert. Let's pull it up. Looks like I actually already had it open, so I'll just do it there. So it's pretty quick. What we're doing is we're getting the related product. That product is related to opportunity line item through this product ID field. And then we're just assigning the record that's being saved so that the is recurring revenue checkbox that I had created is going to have the same value as the is recurring revenue checkbox on the related product. Very simple flow, not much to it. But that will keep it in sync. And just to show you that it's not doing it for all products, because I guess that's a possibility, let's add this GenWatt diesel, which I did not mark as a recurring revenue product on the product. And now if we pull that up, it's not checked. Phew. We're there for a second. Live QA. Live QA on the Q&A.
Yeah. And that was a super quick flow, but if you imagine an entire sales team having to check that box every time they add a line item to an opportunity, you have already saved so much time.
Yeah.
After
not to mention, you never want to report the numbers wrong or produce a document that has the wrong numbers on it. So don't rely on people to check boxes if you can do it for them.
Exactly. All right. Well, I think that more than answers Chris's question here. So I will go ahead and update them. I do want to once again thank our sponsor, Mambo Merge, for today's session. And if you want to kick off your free trial, you can head to quick2.click/Mambo with Matt K. Once again, if you have questions for the Q&A portion of this show that you'd like to see us tackle next week, please head to quick2.click/Q&A. There's a form there where you can submit your questions and you'll get bumped right to the top of this list. Of course, we do also check the Trailblazer community. So if you are posting there for help from other Trailblazers, there's a chance that we will help you out there as well. And then lastly, do please be sure to like and subscribe. We are hoping that this channel will reach more Trailblazers every time we do it. And that'll help people get their answers more quickly.
Yeah,
so,
and share too. You can share videos as well.
That's true.
Yeah.
Post this on your LinkedIn, on your Facebook, on your X or Twitter, whatever you still call it. And thank you, Matt, for another helpful session here.
Happy to do it.
All right. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.